Alrighty guys, we're back for some big oily gruel, and this is a Phyrexia all will be one standard brew. We're going to go over the deck, then hop right into some ranked, but first things first, for anyone who may not know, I'm Redcat and I play aggro decks and any decks with red in them as well, so I hope that sounds fun to you. Also, we do got that Discord link down in the description if you're interested in joining that up. Speaking of joining, we have a brand new channel member, Chris Sue. Thank you so much for joining. I really do appreciate the support. Okay, what do we got in the deck? We got 4 Churning Reservoirs. This is a 1 mana artifact at the beginning of your upkeep. Put an oil counter on another target non-token artifact or creature you control. For 2 mana, you can tap it, create a 1/1 red Phyrexian Goblin creature token. And you can only activate this if an oil counter was removed from a permanent you controlled this turn, or a permanent with an oil counter on it was put into the graveyard this turn. So pretty neat little artifact here, huh? We have 3 Incubation Sacs. This is a 1 mana artifact. Incubation Sac enters the battlefield with 3 oil counters on it. For 4 mana, you can tap it, remove an oil counter from Incubation Sac, and create a 3/3 colorless Phyrexian Golem artifact creature token, activate only as a sorcery. Going to be interesting to see how often we actually activate this because we have ways to get power stones in here, so that'll be nice. We have a couple Cankerblooms because being able to hit an artifact enchantment or just straight up proliferate sounds excellent. We have 2 Tablet of Completions here. This is a 2 mana artifact and you can tap it to put an oil counter on it. You can tap it for a colorless mana, activate only if Tablet of Completion has 2 or more oil counters on it. Then you can pay 1, tap it to draw a card, activate only if Tablet of Completion has 5 or more oil counters on it. So pretty cool little artifact, honestly. We have 4 Filigree Sylex. So this is a 2 mana legendary artifact. You can tap it to put an oil counter on the Filigree Sylex. You can tap it to sack it, destroy each non-land permanent with mana value equal to the number of oil counters on the Filigree Sylex. Nice. Or you can tap it, remove 10 oil counters from among permanents you control, and sacrifice the Filigree Sylex. It deals 10 damage to any target. That sounds awesome, guys. That's kind of like the goal of this deck. I mean, not the overall goal, but that's something I want to see today. I want to just do 10 damage to the opponent's face or something. So yeah, all 4 of those. 3 drop spots. We have 4 Fable of the Mirror Breakers. Nice, still a good card. We have a single Carnivorous Canopy. This is a 3 mana sorcery speed. Destroy target artifact, enchantment, or creature with flying. Okay. If that permanent's mana value was 3 or less, you get to proliferate. So this is actually a pretty cool card, guys. It's going to be pretty hard to find a deck that this doesn't do something in. Like, every deck is running artifacts, enchantments, and creatures with flying. Like, I literally, I can't think of a deck that this would do nothing in. So, and then sometimes you're going to proliferate, and in a deck like this, that's going to be excellent. I like this as a 1-of. We have 3 Migloz Maze Crushers. I don't know if I'm pronouncing that right, honestly. So this is a 3 mana 4/4, and it enters the battlefield with 5 oil counters on it. This is a great blocker on the ground, and then it has just a ton of abilities here too. So for 1 mana, can remove an oil counter from it. It gains Vigilance and Menace until end of turn. That's cool. For 2 mana, you can remove 2 oil counters from it. It gets +2/+2 until end of turn. And for 3 mana, remove 3 oil counters from it. Destroy target artifact or enchantment. Yeah, nice. This card is solid. We have 2 Thran Spiders in here. I think the Power Stones are going to do a lot, and Thran Spider is actually just pretty good. A 2/4 with reach is fine, and the bottom ability comes into play sometimes. Not often, though. I have an Evolved Spinoderm here. Now, this is by no means like an aggressive deck, or I wouldn't even really consider it a mid-range deck. I guess it's mid-range / control, but I think it's leaning towards control. That being said, a 4 mana 5/5 is just an amazing blocker, and then it can help you close out games as well. It enters with 4 oil counters on it. Evolved Spinoderm has trample as long as it has 2 or fewer oil counters on it. Otherwise, it has hexproof, which is just freaking amazing. At the beginning of your upkeep, remove an oil counter from Evolved Spinoderm. Then, if it has no oil counters on it, you sacrifice it. So, yeah, I think it'll be worth the 1-of here. Expand the Sphere. This is a 4 mana sorcery speed. Look at the top 6 cards of your library. Put up to 2 land cards from among them onto the battlefield tapped and the rest on the bottom of your library in a random order. Pretty cool way to ramp here, because if you put fewer than 2 lands onto the battlefield this way, proliferate a number of times equal to the difference. There are going to be so many great ways to get so many extra oil counters in this deck. Maybe just even having a couple of the Filigree Sylex, maybe that's your win condition, right? Have a couple of these do 10 damage to the opponent's face. Yeah, expand the sphere. I think it's going to put in some work today. For Mightstone and Weakstone, just a great way for a deck like this to be able to draw or be able to take out a creature like the Obliterator or the Vindicator, right? Because -5/-5 is really good. Takes out Sheoldred, stuff like that. So, and helps us ramp into cards like Cityscape Leveler. We got a couple of these. We have a single Cinderslash Ravager. This is a 6-mana 5/5 with Vigilance, and it costs 1 less to cast for each permanent you control with oil counters on it. So getting this down to like 3 mana is probably going to be pretty easy. Pretty good stats for 3 mana, huh? So when it enters the battlefield, it deals 1 damage to each creature your opponent controls. Who knows if that's actually going to do anything. It's mainly in here just as another body that blocks really well and helps us round up games too. Portal to Phyrexia on the top end as well. Of course, we know this card very well, and I think it's going to be easy to ramp up into as well. Only 24 lands. I think we're going to be fine, guys. I really do. I don't think we want 25 or 26. I've been flooding out a lot recently in Arena, so I think we'll be fine, man. We got the Thran portal to ramp into things like Mightstone, Weakstone, which helps us ramp. The Expand the Spears ramp, Fables ramp, like Tablets ramp. I think we'll be fine overall, huh? Couple honorable mentions. Armored Scrapgorger could be sweet in here, as well as the Celestis as well. Okay, guys, enough rambling about some big oily gruel. Let's go ahead, take it into some ranked, and see how we do. All right, we'll see if we can get right into that first match. Of course we do, right? So I forgot to go over the mana base while we were going over the deck. We do have that new mana that, well, we have the Copperline Gorge. That's one of them, right? But we also have the oil land as well that I can't remember the name of right now. Either way, you can tap it to add one of its oil counters to something else, which is pretty sweet. I guess the reservoirs can start giving the oil counters to each other, which is kind of funny, right? And honestly, the Maze Crusher is going to be pretty good here. Ooh, blocks Underdog beautifully. Incubation Sac, let's go. Let's get the Maze Crusher down. So we could put both of the oil counters from the reservoir onto the Maze Crusher, but it's going to be a go for the throat anyways. I don't think Thran Spider was the play there. I think trying to get the Maze Crusher onto the board to stick is much, much better. Okay, they give the oil counters to each other, which is 100% fine. Let's get that mountain. Let's get that Thran Spider. Incubation Sac. Yep. Can actually start activating the Incubation Sac next turn. So it looks like some basic mono black for the opponent. They're looking at that Power Stone like they're going to be able to use it, right? So it could be a Graveyard Trespasser, nice. So it could be a Flesh Gorger that they could use that Power Stone for, which is a little scary, honestly, but no swings, yeah. Thran Spider blocks really well, doesn't it? Let's put it both into the Incubation Sac. I think it's pretty good. Oh, really good draw there. Really good draw. Yeah, using the Power Stone for the sack is fine, but this is much better. Now, what we could have done too is actually use the Incubation Sac and the Reservoir. Which I guess we could always use like the Maze Crusher's ability if we wanted to use the Reservoir, right? I think we'll be fine though. Just keep this open. Keep the blockers back. Gonna have an issue with Invoke Despair, of course, right? Okay, go for the throat. Hits the Crusher. And Reservoir can now do a thing, which is cool, so... I guess we'll wait, right? Swing with the Trespasser. Haha! Activate that Reservoir. And double block. Maybe. We might as well try, right? They have 2 mana open. I guess they could use the third go for the throat on the 1/1 goblin. Could be... What else? What else? Cut down. That's right, yep. Well, the good news is the spider doesn't die, but... Alright, how do we want to do this, guys? Let's go Incubation Sac. Let's put one into the Thran Spider, too. Have another oil counter, kind of like elsewhere is the concept there. Fable's great, but I'd rather get our 3/3. That removes an oil counter, and then we go Reservoir here, too. And then we'll just keep Thran Spider as a blocker. Oh, crap, that's right. It switches to nighttime, though. I mean, we could still take care of Glutton. We can totally still take care of the Glutton. Go for the Evolved Sleeper buff, huh? Wow. That's right, the Power Stones can be used for the Sleeper. I guess we'll go Incubation Sac. We really... I don't know. I guess the Sylex would be a really good draw, huh? Tablet. Nice. That's good. I guess we'll get Fable down too. That way, like, next turn we can ditch whatever we end up finding. And using the Reservoir to buff the tablet's really good, because now we can start, like, actually drawing too. Switches back to daytime. I guess we can just hold that open, right? We might as well. Usually I'm very hasty about stuff like that, but whatever, it's fine. Hold it open. Have enough creatures to... And I guess an Invoke Despair would take care of the Fable too, so we won't take too much damage, and they wouldn't draw too much, but still, losing the Fable would be pretty bad. Gonna start drawing off the Sleeper. Our Power Stone has done a lot of good for us over here so far, though, so... I guess finding some removal would be best case scenario. Finding a Mightstone would be really good, huh? I guess no great swings from the opponent. Get that oil counter. And both of these gonna go into the Tablet of Completion. A Crucible. Yeah, I'll send that. Let's see if we can find that Mightstone and Weakstone. Another Fable. We could always use the Thran ability, but... Let's go with... What do we want to do here? The Sleeper's getting out of hand. Everything's getting out of hand. I guess Fable. I guess Fable is good. I guess we could still activate the Incubation Sac as well. This is activate only as a sorcery too, so we want to do it now. Then next turn we'll have this up to 5 oil counters too. I think we're keeping up pace, but I don't know what's left in the opponent's hand. Like, we have a lot of value here, you know what I mean? But so do they, so I have no idea who this is leaning towards. Obliterator hits that board, and we really need to see the Might and Weakstone now, huh? We have 4 in here, so... Alright, let's plug this into Tablet. Can I, like, full control activate Tablet before we discard here? I guess we could do that without full control, right? I think so. Let's draw. Hey, Mightstone and Weakstone off the top. Holy cow. That is terrific, guys. Well, I guess that's what we do, right? So decline for sure. We definitely want to keep that in hand. I guess we go for the draw first here too. So we'll still have 5 mana. So let's see it. Yeah, this Power Stone has done us a lot of good, just from the single Thran Spider. Drawing 2 cards here would be good too, but the Obliterator's a problem. Problem that we have to take care of. Well, get more mana. Couple 3/3s. The sleeper takes care of 1. It feels weird holding all this back, but like, they have great blockers, man. They really do. I'm gonna hold it back. It's a little awkward. At some point, we're gonna create enough 3/3s with the Incubation Sac. Okay. So they can buff this twice. Misery Shadow. Definitely a problem we should chump. Double block that and see what they do. Spot removal in hand would mean... I'm just gonna go... Yeah, I'm gonna go for this for now. We're gonna try to take care of that sleeper. I guess it'll depend what's in their hand, but... Yeah, we have enough of an engine rolling on the board that I think it's looking pretty good, actually. Okay, did they find the spot removal? Like I was saying, that would be a key thing to find there to save their sleeper. Nice. Nice. Now we lost a lot, but their sleeper's gone, so really don't know where else to put these. I guess continue putting them on the Incubation Sac is fine. Evolved Spinoderm. Nice. Okay. Well, start getting a swing in, I guess, with by copying with Reflection. We have so much we can do here. I really don't even know where to begin. I really don't. Switching it back to day would be fine. Use that Power Stone. Get ramp a little. The Incubation Sac. Block there. Let's ramp a little bit. Because I'm going to use that extra mana for the Reservoir. See what ends up happening here, because they don't know what's in hand either, so... This is a crazy game, guys. I don't even know where to begin. Underdog. Yeah, whenever I put this up on Aether Hub, I'm definitely putting it up as mid-range/control. They're going to take the 5 over there. Okay. Underdog hits the grave. They're down to 14. So we want to go Incubation Sac, activate. And then we go Reservoir. That's pretty good, guys. Our engine is rolling and it's pretty good. I'm trying to think of a way that the opponent can get through here. Another Obliterator would be really bad. Cut down one of the reflections, sure. We do have a lot of permanents though. If we end up doing the 5 damage to the Obliterator, well, that would still be very bad for us though, so. An Obliterator or 2 for the opponent would be like best case scenario. Okay, we'll chump the Shadow. Doesn't have Trample, so I think the Shadow chump is fine. Flesh Gorger. That's a 7/5. Oh my goodness. Let's go ahead, put some counters there. Let's I guess we'll give them to the Spinoderm, keep that hexproof rolling. And keep it on the board. Oh! Portal to Phyrexia, what a great draw! Oh, is that what it's like to draw our top end in time, guys? Oh man, just enough mana too. Wow. I mean, I'm gonna do it. And they're gonna keep their Flesh Gorger probably, I would assume. That's what I would assume. Still have a good swing. If they swing with their Flesh Gorger, we have a good block. Because, like, yeah, they can't target that. We have a good double block, too. Call me crazy, guys. I think we can outpace this lifelink. Let's see what they do here. If they block, then we can bring the Flesh Gorger back with the portal. And other than that, spot removal. Okay, they have one card in hand. They blitz out an underdog. Looking for a draw here. Okay. A great double block. I think that's a worthwhile double block at least. Alright, let's see it, opponent. Yeah, because they have this one swamp open. It could have been a cut down for reflection, but I think that was still worthwhile. They draw from the underdog. Found a Cult Conscript, comes out tapped though. Their underdog gets them another draw. We have just so much happening right now. Obliterator. It's gonna be Flesh Gorger though, this time round. Yeah, GG opponent, GG. The engine was rolling, guys. Holy cow. That was pretty sick. That was a long match, though. I apologize for dragging you through that, opponent. I know the feeling, though. I definitely know the feeling. Oh, man. Let's go ahead and try another one here. But I was going over the deck. I think I mentioned I personally think the deck leans towards control, but after playing that one out, it kind of felt more mid-range, so I don't really know what I was talking about there. Yeah, it's mid-range / control, but I guess, yeah, the Filigree Sylex being kind of sort of like a board wipe in a way, kind of feels more like a Gruul control deck. I really don't know, though, honestly. Somewhere in the middle. Crawling Chorus, okay. Okay, well, I guess we'll get the Sylex down. Don't want to waste that mana, right? And just give it the oil counter this turn so the opponent's not waiting for us to click through the buttons next turn. Yep, Skrelv comes down, and the poison starts. Okay, this could be scary. We might even want to use the Sylex right now to get rid of their 1 mana cards. Honestly, yeah. Before the... yeah, I think we do that. They'll still get a 1/1, but... oh, safekeeping! Nice! Nice. I think it was worth the shot, though, right? I hope it was. I hope it was worth the shot. So this is an artifact, too, so the Canopy can eventually hit it. Let's go with Fable here. Was it worth the shot? I don't know. I don't know, guys. Annex hits the 2/2. Oh no, everything about this is rough right now. Okay, we got 2 poison already. I'm gonna ditch the second Fable, honestly, because if they have another Annex Sentry, then uh-oh, right? We go Canopy into the Skrelv. Then this will be Reflection, which can block the 1/1, which isn't terrible. I kind of like everything else in this hand, though. But I'm gonna ditch the Incubation Sac and hope for maybe some form of removal. Mana's fine too, honestly. Because we could hit the Annex Sentry with this too. I really don't know what I want to do here. I'm sorry, opponent. Thinking about it. Thran Spider blocks so well. Always get the Reflection next time. It's gonna be Thran Spider. I don't know. It's a tough decision, guys. I don't like getting rid of the Incubation Sac after watching it do so much work last time. Yeah, Annex Sentry hits the board. Oh no, guys, we had 3 poison, another 3 poison that turn. Filigree Sylex not hitting too much here. Can play everything out though. Oh boy. I guess if we can get this to 3 oil counters, hitting both of the sentries could be fine because we'll get the Thran Spider back. And if we take out the Skrelv now, they won't have that ability. Well, I mean, honestly, this could be another Tamiyo safekeeping, so... Okay, it's not. That's good news. We'll submit 1. We have 2 oil counters on that. Could play a mana, but I'm not going to. We might need these 1/1s as blockers here. So next turn, Churning Reservoir puts an oil counter on the Sylex. We tap it, get rid of the sentries. Okay, Rot Priest is terrifying. Soul Partition for the Reflection. That's gotta be it, guys. It's gotta be. Oh, such good blockers, though. Get a Thran. Okay. So let's do this. Get the Thran Spider. They have 2 cards in hand, though, so, like, I can only imagine. Look, we can even get our 1/1, too, if we wanted to. So if they do find, like, an extra piece of removal here, we could go... No, we can't. Never mind. All right, let's get the Spinoderm down. This was a rough match, huh? Let's see if they have it. They need removal for Thran Spider, or they just need to target something on their side of the board because of the Rot Priest. Get the good game ready. Soul Partition, yep, their own creature, yep, makes sense. Good game, opponent. My goodness, that was an uphill one. I probably could have played that one a little bit better, honestly. That's going to be one maybe I'll go back and watch it. Like the first Sylex might have been too risky. Knowing that decks like that run cards like Tamiyo Safekeeping or Tyvar's Stand, right? So, I don't know. It depends. Especially since, yeah, the other 1-drop gives them a token anyways, so... I do like Sylex a lot, though. It's a really cool one. Perfectly fine hand. And we'll start with the Gorge and probably get Tablet down. Okay. Gorge number 2, Tablet. And I won't make the opponent wait. Let's get that oil counter right away. Really like the Canopy. Oh, Karn Sylex. Okay, wow. Well then. I guess that'll take care of my Tablet of Completion in time. Unless we go Who Endures on the Sylex this turn, but giving them ramp doesn't seem to be great, right? So... Thran Spider, I guess? I guess we'll just do this now. Yeah, the Karn Sylex is a problem. So For X, they can tap it, exile Karn Sylex, destroy each non-land permanent with mana value X or less, activate only as a sorcery. Thran Spider's out of here. We actually might have a turn to drop the Who Endures to take care of the Karn Sylex, but good old-fashioned Liliana lockdown could happen. Huh. Mightstone and Weakstone we could draw too. I guess the Canopy's fine to hit the Sylex. I am quite terrified of the Liliana here. We'll have enough mana. Okay, here's what we're gonna do. Get the Filigree Sylex down. Get that oil counter. At this point, we might as well go oil counter, right? Hit the Sylex so we're not having an issue. Proliferate the oil. Okay, our artifacts might be safe, but now we have to discard, so I guess it'll be the Who Endures. No, maybe second Sylex. Well, might use the first Sylex to get rid of the 3-drops here. I don't necessarily like getting rid of Who Endures, though. Yeah, whatever, let's see. Let's see what happens. Oh! Oh no, get out of my hand! No, the Mightstone and Weakstone! I needed that draw! Oh no! Okay, yeah, Liliana lockdown incoming, guys. We gotta get rid of this card. Okay, Fable. We gotta go oil counter. That has to be 3. Oil counter, we can start drawing off the tablet now. Honestly, well, yeah, the second Sylex is out of here because they're gonna plus the Liliana. Well, they might -2, but then if they do that, they probably have another Liliana in hand, right? So, okay, so it's probably a second Liliana. Oh, they keep 4 open here. Oh, another Sylex too. Let's ditch one and see what we see, I guess. Yeah, we can't activate this now. So I guess full control's necessary if we wanted to draw a card with tablet before we had to discard here. So that's something to note for sure. All right, let's get that draw. Oh, more mana. Oh, that's so bad. That's so bad. All right, let's get the Sylex up to 4 to deal with Obliterator, maybe. Remember this one. Also, if we just, like, put more oil on this, eventually we'll have 10 oil counters on everything. So, like, next turn, we could have the oil counters necessary. Yeah, so we could have filtered through that extra mana if I would have full controlled drawn off tablet first. So yeah, definitely remember that. Expand the spear. Okay. So, okay. Let me think. We don't need this. I guess we'll play this because we do have a lot of expensive stuff here. We could go 10 damage to face, play the second, right? So we could go like this, oil counter. Is that what we want to do, though? Or do we just want to draw? This is a lot more fun. This is, like, a lot more fun. And so, let's do it. All 6, all 4, right to the face. Oh my goodness, how ridiculous. Gotta put an oil counter. Oh, what sucks about that, though, is now the sphere doesn't proliferate the tablet. That's alright. I think we still play it. That's alright. I guess we could have played that out a little bit different, but we could get more mana. We could proliferate twice. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7... Let's grab the forest and proliferate once. Because, yeah, submit. Whew. Yeah, because we do have expensive things in here. So if we top deck one of our 8 mana cards, now we can play it successfully, right? Oh, no, we can't. Oh, it's so much draw power. Yeah, the tablet, since we got rid of all the oil. Oh, good draw. Nice. We're top decking and the opponent is very much not top decking, but if we can use this Sylex to wrap this up. Let's go oil counter. Oil counter. Next turn maybe, huh? I'm pretty sure the Maze Crusher is gonna die here though. Makes me very sad, but I don't think it survives the turn. Probably just invoke Despair number 2, honestly. Top decking, man. This is rough. We need more Mightstone and Weakstones. Can we play 8 of these instead? Actually, that Dread right here actually was really just amazing for them, huh? I don't believe there's anything I can do about that. Although I can get rid of their Power Stone before we lose the Maze Crusher, right? So we will do that real quick. We still have 2 mana open too, so. Yeah, that saved him for a turn, and if they found their 3rd Invoke Despair, then we're just like, we're in some serious trouble, man. Okay. Oil counter. Oil counter, that's 6. It's too bad we didn't see the Maze Crusher. Actually, if I would have saved Maze... No. Yeah, they probably have an instant speed removal too, right? So something to note here, guys, is by doing the Sylex, just so I could play the second Sylex, we made it so that way we couldn't draw off of Tablet of Completion anymore, which those extra draws probably would have been amazing. So, like, you know, something to think about for sure. This is one of those decks for sure that I definitely need to practice with and then, like, kind of see everything, all the gears moving together. And there's actually a lot going on here, a lot more than I expected. I mean, when I put it together, you know, you know kind of what's going to happen, but then actually seeing all the puzzle pieces fall into place, it's kind of awesome. Actually having cards in hand to get rid of for Reflection would be good too, right? Or Fable. Opponent, are you there, buddy? Man, we might only have time for a couple games today, guys. These matches. These matches were rough, huh? I think this is game number 3, though. And Mono Black has been everywhere, so I apologize for not going up against a lot of different types of decks in these last couple videos. Mono Black, it seems to be the most played deck right now, as far as I can tell. Gotta cut down for the creature. Is it gonna be Invoke Despair number 3? Shieldred hits the table. Oh, the life gain is so bad. Come on, get a good draw. We gotta get a good draw here, guys. I guess we could use the Sylex to kill the Shieldred, but that's kind of our win condition right now, so... Oh, Fable, no, what are you doing? Get out of here, Fable. We gotta do 10 damage this turn. Do we ditch it and look for a card that has oil? Do we do it? Or do we just play Fable and be happy about it? Let's do it. Let's look for it. Woo! Cityscape Leveler. Oh, buddy, that's a draw. Oh, buddy, that's a draw. Crap, it doesn't have haste. If we could unearth it, plus spot removal, but go for the Throat's very popular. I guess it has the ETB as well, so at least it hits Shieldred even if it dies. So yeah, we might as well do that. Hit that Shieldred. What a draw though, guys, huh? It's too bad it doesn't have haste to wrap this up, but... Oil counter. That is oil counter number 7. I'm afraid to put the Sylex above 4 in case they have the Obliterator, but Cityscape's on the board now. And if we're trying to wrap this up with the Sylex ability too... Oh, I could have done that on their turn. Guys, I apologize. I don't even know what I'm doing anymore, apparently. Could have waited to see what they played out. Yeah. Always just so excited to play and tap my cards. If we can get 2 wins today against Mono Black, that'll feel pretty good, huh? Okay, so the opponent's rocking a couple fancy lands over here. They got the new Dross Pits. They have the Hostile here. So they've only played 2 of their Invoke Despairs, guys. Ooh, wow. Midnight Sky in the grave here. I wonder if the Karn Sylex was a 1-of then. Draw 2 cards, lose 2 life. Okay, Invoke Despair hits, but now we're going to be able to bring Leveler back from the grave. So if they don't have a spot removal other than like... So like... Go for the Throat doesn't do much for them here. Let's bring it back and go for the swing. They might just have an Infernal Grasp, but I mean, this is worth it. This is worth the shot. Hit their Power Stone, right? And they'll get another Power Stone. Removal for the Leveler. They go for the Sacrifice. I think we got there, guys. I think the opponent didn't have an answer for the oil, and so they just kind of let the Leveler come back. Or they didn't have an answer, I guess, a double answer for the Leveler. Or a chump blocker or something. Wow. Weird game, honestly. A very weird one. I gotta be real with you guys, and I said it the last time we played oil with Rakdos. The oil cards, man, there might actually be something here. Something competitive, like between the oil, between like either Rakdos or Gruul. I think going more into like an aggro Gruul might be a little better, but this was pretty cool overall, and I really haven't seen anyone put it together like this yet, so that's nice, I guess. The Sylex is awesome. Being able to just do 10 damage out of nowhere is really cool, and it would be a lot easier if we saw Churning Reservoir as well. So there it is, the Monumental what? I don't know how to pronounce anything, guys. I apologize. I'm gonna go read a book after after the video. I forgot to go over this at the beginning. So when it enters the battlefield, it comes with 2 oil counters on it, and then you can tap it to remove an oil counter from it and put an oil counter on target artifact or creature you control, activate only as a sorcery. So when you do that, you could always like activate the reservoir to get a goblin too, which is really cool, huh? Everything about the deck was cool. The Mightstone and Weakstone seemed very important, so having all 4 of these is excellent. Only the 2 levelers seems a little sketchy, honestly. Like, there's going to be a lot more obliterators, you know, now that the card is floating about. And so dropping a Ravager for a 3rd leveler would be 100% fine. But I would also make sure to keep the 1-of Portal to Phyrexia here. While it is pretty sketchy to only have the 24 mana, we kind of saw how it just kind of works. And if you need to, you filter through with Fable to get more mana off the top, which is fine. And like I said, I've been flooding out in like every single video for a while. And so if I had 25 or 26, we probably would have flooded a lot. I guess it's fine though, because again, if you are flooding, Fable helps you filter through the land and find cards that aren't land. But again, I think the 24 was fine, you know, finding stuff with Expanded Sphere would have worked too. There was actually a lot of times where we just really didn't want to top deck land, and so we didn't because we didn't have 25 or 26 in here. So I think more testing is required overall. I definitely like having the extra dual land in here. It's very nice, very cool. I don't know if Cankerbloom would have done as much as I originally thought, but the Proliferate, I guess, would have been pretty good overall. But instead of like the Cankerbloom, since we have other ways, what's the... yeah, Thirsting Roots. That's another good one where if you are strapped on land, then you could always grab a basic land with the Thirsting Roots. But if you're not, a Proliferate to help you get more oil counters on everything. Yeah, I think Thirsting Roots is definitely one to consider over the Cankerbloom. At the same time, it depends how many artifacts and enchantments you're going up against, which is right now a lot, like everywhere. So, Thirsting Roots, definitely one to consider. Incubation Sac, definitely worth 3 of. Yeah, the Reservoir was awesome. Thran Spider was awesome. I don't know if I would go up any, though. I think the 2 was fine. However, if you wanted more spiders, I guess you could drop a Maze Crusher. Just 1, though. I really like this card. I love that it has oil. It does a lot, helps you hit the artifacts and enchantments. And of course, just coming out with 5 oil counters ramps you right into that bottom ability on the Sylex, probably getting you really close to that 10 that you need to do the 10 damage. So yeah, I don't know if I like dropping the Maze Crusher. I think I actually like the 3 drops as is. Carnivorous Canopy? Depends what you're up against. I liked it. I liked that we tried this out today. I think it might still be worth the 1 of. It hits cards like the Vindicator too, since it hits creatures with flying, so that is awesome. I really liked this one, guys. Kind of weird matches. I kind of wish I would have practiced a little with the deck first so I could play it out better, but overall, I think we did fine, huh? Alrighty, guys, enough rambling. If you made it this far into the video, then y'all are champions for real, and I will see you in the next video.